Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to go ahead and finish up some winter sowing. Hi, my name is Kristy. I am located in Western Massachusetts, Zone 6A, with an average last frost date of May 15th. And today we're doing some late winter sowing. I was actually hoping to get to this the first weekend in March, but you know, things happen. I have about 40 more milk jugs to go ahead and get ready. And so prepping them, it took me a little bit of time to go ahead and get those set. So today we're going to go ahead and we're mainly going to be focusing on some of my annuals. I did a lot of perennials earlier on. I'm actually going to go ahead and show you some of those updates first. I found out that putting them in my raised beds with all of the ice that we got was probably not the best idea because they were actually totally iced in and it was a little bit hard to get them out. I moved them to another spot and then I realized it didn't get too much sun with the direction of the sunlight. So then I moved them for a third spot onto my deck, and that was actually such a better spot. I have them in an old baby gate that I have, so that way if the wind comes, they won't be blowing all over the place. So lesson learned, and next year I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I put them there as well. They get plenty of sun there until the sun starts to get a little bit higher in the sky. So just a quick little update. Today is Monday, March 10th, and I am moving my milk jugs because, as you can see, it is completely frozen. I'm not sure how they will do since a lot of them are very waterlogged, and this is my first time and everyone keeps telling me trust the process. So as you can see, the drainage was not good, so I'm going to go ahead and move these as well. And it is just mucky mess and ice. It's supposed to be 60 tomorrow, so I'm hoping that with it getting warmer, it will help get the drainage going, thaw some things out. So that is where we are right now. All right, so today is Thursday, March 13th, and I moved everything from the garden onto my deck. And as you can see, they were so waterlogged. So this was a better spot. So next year, when I do winter sowing, I'm just going to put it in this extra baby gate that we have so they don't blow away. I have all of my annuals still to come, but I'm definitely going to put it here because the garden beds were not a great choice to have them, especially with the ground being frozen and they're not draining properly. So I hope that something out of all of these will germinate, but I don't know. Trusting the process, so we'll see. So this is March 13th again, and as you can see, the backyard doesn't drain well, so that is something we will be working on this spring, especially since over here I'll have my cut flowers. So there's our little update. All right, and I apologize also for wearing sunglasses, but it is so darn bright out here. No matter where I go ahead and set up, my eyes are watering. So we're just gonna go ahead and just go over quickly what you need for winter sowing, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and do a long time lapse because let's be honest, I have way too much to go around. So I do have packets everywhere. I kind of talked about it in what I'm gonna be winter sowing in March earlier. I have a lot of Rebecca. So I have some great blanket flower, some Indian blanket flower, Goldilocks Rebecca. I also have some more Gomphrena. So I actually started Gomphrena inside. I'm going to be going ahead and doing some outside as well. These will be going into the school that I work at. I'm going to be putting some zinnia and cosmos in there. I have arugula, I have kale. I am going to go ahead and do some foxglove and lupin. I tried starting those inside and I feel like I just had no luck. And then the ones that I had out here, they were very waterlogged. So I am just doing a backup milk jug because I'm a little worried that a lot of these won't make it because of the ice that they were sitting in. I have more black-eyed Susan. I have some daisies. I have larkspur and lupin, like I said. I have the blue Chinese forget-me-not. I have a few English daisies that if I have extra, I'll put these. I already started these earlier, so these are just extras just in case. What else do I have? I have some more daisies as well. Oh, I have some New York aster that I got from Swallowtail. I have some yarrow, and I have a lot more black-eyed Susans. So I have a handful from my farm share, and then I also have some marigolds as well. I am going to go ahead and actually save a few of my milk jugs because I'm going to a seed swap tomorrow in my town, which I'm super excited about. And I also got some from a local teacher as well. So I have a lot to get going. So let's go ahead and talk about what you need to go ahead with winter sowing. All right, so first up, you are going to need a lot of pre-moistened soil. You can use Miracle-Gro, you can use Pro-Mix. I love Pro-Mix, but actually it's really hard for me to find it right now. I don't know why. None of the local nurseries or big box stores have it right now. And actually, I used to do Tractor Supply because they had free shipping over $50, and then I feel like they caught on because now it's like 17 bucks to ship. So I went ahead and went to Walmart and just got some Miracle-Gro. I did add in some more perlite for drainage, so I have a whole entire bag right here. You're gonna need your milk jugs. I did a whole entire video on how you go ahead and set these up. So I do my drainage holes with a drill and a drill bit on it. And then I just use a razor blade to go ahead and cut them in half. You wanna make sure you save some room right here by the hinge. And I also make some extra drainage holes on top. Again, I use a drill and a drill bit, works great. Went to Tractor Supply today and went and got a bunch of duct tape. Any kind of duct tape works. You can try masking tape or painter's tape as well. I use scissors to go ahead and cut my duct tape because it's too stringy and messy. And then you also want a spray bottle. So what you're going to end up doing is you're going to fill a milk jug up with about 4 inches of potting soil and then gently press it down. You're going to add your seeds. Make sure you go ahead and read the back of your seed packet. It will tell you if it needs light to germinate or if you should go ahead and bury it in soil. So you're going to go ahead and follow those instructions. And then I will go ahead and lightly mist them in because it is getting actually warmer. We're in the 50s. We're in that like weird temperature in Massachusetts where you don't know if you're too hot in a winter coat or if it's too cold without one. So then you're going to go ahead and do that. Oh my goodness. And then seriously, the most important thing is you need plant tags and at least a garden pen. So I go ahead and write on the inside what I am planting because I cannot tell you how many times I forgot to write on the outside afterwards. Then I will also go ahead, write on the outside as well what I am going to be planting. And today is March 14th. Yes, today's March 14th. It's a gorgeous day. And I'll write that too. I was trying to aim for the beginning of March, but I think we'll be fine because it's still dipping down pretty cool at night. So you're gonna need that. So after you go ahead and put your seeds, you take your duct tape or masking or painter's tape, you're gonna wrap it around and then you're gonna label and then you're gonna go ahead and put it over in a sunny spot. I also think by putting it on the deck, I'm going to avoid the snails and slugs getting in. We have really bad slugs over there, so I gotta try and take care of that this year. So hopefully they won't make a house inside my milk jug. So let's go ahead and do some winter sowing. I'll do one jug with you and then we'll go ahead and speed things up. So first up, we have our milk jug. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it about 4 inches or so. This is pre-moistened. So I went in, I also tried getting in as many of the chunks out as possible. So then that way, the seeds won't have anything to go ahead and grow up against. And I did add a lot of perlite. I probably added half of a bag of perlite to 1 cubic foot of potting soil. All right, so here we go. So we have this all set. I'm going to go ahead and first do some larkspur. I tried doing this inside and let's just say I'm still waiting for them to germinate inside the bag. So I have this. I like to put this on the inside by the hinge and really stick it in there. All right, so the larkspur says to go ahead and cover with 1/8 of an inch of soil. So we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle them in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put some more potting mix on top. So put that there. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and just try and sprinkle them around. It does say to go ahead and gently press them in. I plan on heavily sowing right now, and then I am going to be making a little planter bench, and anything extra I plan on just giving away and or selling. but my coworker really wanted, I'm just gonna finish that off, some for her garden. All right, so here we go. And also, if you're gently pressing, definitely make sure you go ahead and check your hands, because sometimes there is still some left. So I'm going to go ahead and just lightly cover it. And this is actually pretty moist, but I'm just gonna go ahead with my spray bottle and just make sure everything's really set. And then we're gonna go ahead and close it up with some duct tape. Again, I kind of just like cutting little pieces so I don't feel like I am wasting it, especially because sometimes I feel like I can't get it in a straight line. So let's go ahead and tape it down. And then for whatever reason, finding the edge again is just never my jam. All right, here we go. So this side is sealed. Then we'll go ahead and work our way around. And you just want to make sure that is completely sealed all the way around. Sometimes I feel like it pops right there, so I'll just go ahead. And this is why I kind of like to make little pieces, so then you can go ahead and make sure you have a good seal around. Give it a nice little rub. Oh, nice, kind of pop it up. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and date it. So today is March 14th, and we have larkspur. And I like to go ahead and keep all of my packets, even though it is empty. I like to go ahead and just reference it later. And there you have it. And we're just gonna go ahead and put it in a nice sunny spot, and we're gonna keep on going. That wraps about just about everything. So I had about 40 milk jugs, and I still have 12 or so left. I'm going to a seed swap tomorrow at the town over, so maybe I'll use them then. If not, I just plan on saving them for next year, because if you can take a look right now, I think I have plenty. I did do backups because, as I said, a lot of them I felt like were super waterlogged, and I didn't want to lose out on some seeds growing, especially some of my perennials. So I went ahead and did some extra double seeds. So we'll see what happens with the first round, and maybe I'll just have twice as many, who knows. But it took about a few hours. My little one only took about an hour nap, so I did a lot of it inside while I was cooking dinner. And as you can see, it's been a very busy day. So again, thank you so much. If you want to go ahead and see what it looks like in a few months, go ahead and click like and subscribe and hit that bell button. And I can't wait to see in maybe a month and a half time how everything is growing. Until next time, bye.